Wholesaling houses is so difficult. Or is it? Hey, what's up, YouTube? My name is Graylan Stewart. I'm an entrepreneur, real estate investor, and our main exit strategy is wholesaling real estate. So if you're new to my channel, thanks for joining me. I appreciate you. But my channel is mostly about wholesaling real estate. I tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly. So, as you saw in my intro, wholesaling houses is really difficult, y'all. You know, there's definitely no easy button. I wish there was. But if it was easy, everyone would do it. That's just the facts. So, but you know what sets people apart as far as people succeeding or not succeeding in this business, in my opinion, is really just a commitment and the hustle and just the drive to not lose. Because obviously there's going to be bumps in the road. You're going to have small little failures here and there, but you just got to get back up and keep going, keep pushing forward, because you got to have that end goal in your mind and see it, you know, and just don't stop. So, I say wholesaling real estate is hard, but maybe it's not. You know, there's definitely challenges in any entrepreneur journey, challenges in any business that you start that can be obviously difficult. So, in the meantime, when you first start, you definitely have to sacrifice. You got to be willing to put in the 12 to 18-hour days, pretty much 6-7 days a week. That's just what it takes to succeed as an entrepreneur. There's really no way around that. You got to be willing to sacrifice and commit to that consistently to enable yourself to actually do this business, okay? But you got to think about this too. That's only temporary. It's temporary pain for long-term wealth, prosperity, abundance, all those things, right? You know, you just have to commit to it. I mean, it's just like working out. Obviously, I haven't worked out in years, you know, consistently and hardcore like I used to back in my, you know, competitive days in tumbling and trampoline. But, you know, when I did it back then, I worked out all day, every day almost, you know, from doing calisthenics to tumbling itself to exercising, running, weights, you know, all those things. It took a commitment. And in turn, my body rewarded me for that because it was super solid, hardly any body fat, really strong, you know, and I was at my peak levels as far as performance goes, you know, in the competitions, you know, because I was willing to do the sacrificing, you know, and everything that it took to get to that level. It's no different in business, guys. If you really want to make this into a business and not just a side hustle, or maybe you haven't even gotten started yet, that's really all it takes. It takes a mindset, right? You got to change your mind. First, you got to know in your mind that it is possible, right? Then you got to commit to doing it. And not just commit to doing it, you got to know ahead of time that there's going to be ups and downs. It's going to be battles. It's going to be hard, right? But eventually, you'll kind of get to the top of that hill to where you eventually get to the very top and you can start kind of coasting. But at the same time, you got to be careful because if you start going downhill too fast, you can stumble, you can fall, and bad things could happen potentially. But you just got to keep going through those. There's always hills and valleys through anything that we do. So, yes, it can be a very difficult business. But once you actually figure it out, you get your systems and processes in place, you get the right people hired for the right seats, things can exponentially grow for you at that point. So, I was in the Dominican Republic just the other day, and I was there for about a week, but met all kinds of other high-level people. This was a mastermind with Investor Lift that put this on. It's all the cartel bosses. It's all the highest level people in the business all over the United States that we all met together to collaborate and hang out and just have fun, right? But cartel level is everybody making $250,000 a month and more. But I met people making $800,000, $1 million a month, several people doing $500,000 a month. But what really stood out to me is I met a kid. He's 19 years old, guys. I repeat, he's a 19-year-old kid. He's been wholesaling for about a year and a half, started when he was 17 years old. He did over $500,000 last month in real estate wholesaling commission, right? That's profit. Obviously, $500 probably a gross number, and he's got employees to pay and those kind of things. But $500,000, like even a bad business in wholesaling, rather, a normal business, 30% profit is really good. But in wholesaling, that's kind of on the lower side because most wholesaling businesses that are scaled and that really know what they're doing can make a much more than 30% profit margin. But even if he's at a 30% profit margin, 30% of $500,000, I mean, that's life-changing money for anybody, much less a 19-year-old. So stories like his kind of inspire me, to keep pushing, keep doing hard work, and eventually we're all going to get there. You just got to be committed. We have ups and downs. I've said this many times in my recent videos that this first quarter in 2022 was our worst first quarter ever out of the 4 that I've had, 2019, 20, 21, and 22. It was our worst first quarter ever. So, many people would stop, give up, like this doesn't work anymore, but not me. I mean, that's just not even in my DNA. It pushes me to strive harder. Like, how can we make second quarter even better, right? Let's make the second quarter the best second quarter we've ever had, coming off of our worst first quarter ever, right? And really, it comes down to, obviously, once you have your systems, processes, and everything in place, it's more than that, though, right? Because I thought that's all I needed initially. But you need more than that. It's good people. You got to hire good people. You got to train them well. You got to set them up for success to where they can succeed. So when you have all that stuff in place and you've got the right people in the right seats, it actually does become easy. It becomes a lot easier to where you can actually just kind of set it and forget it. Obviously, there's still training that you got to do on an ongoing basis. There's still tweaks that you make in your business. There's still pivots that you have to make because different marketing channels may work at certain time periods than others. So you always got to be ready for those things. But if you're ready, you kind of stay on the edge of your seat, you're ready for anything, then good things can happen. So that's my message for y'all today. I guess it's more of a inspirational, like rah, you can do it kind of message as opposed to a how-to type of video. But I thought it was important because, a lot of people, say that it's too hard, and there's a lot of people out there that say it's a super easy business. But it's kind of neither one of those things, right? It's always hard in any entrepreneur journey in the beginning, but things get easier as you systematize and create processes, and you've got the right softwares in place. And then it's just about hiring the right people. Then you can have exponential growth. So anyways, hopefully you guys got some value out of this. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Definitely subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.